like walk outside and get it. I think diving headfirst is faster, but you know, I will do it the safe way. We start doing this. Is this a real movie studio? We are a real movie studio. And over here on your screens, you're going to see opening day on March 15th, 1915. That guy in the bow tie, that's our founder. That's Carl Laemmle. Uncle Carl, as he was known to everybody who works here. That's him opening the key to Universal City. It was his dream when he broke ground here in 1915 to make a city dedicated entirely to the art of movie making, and that's the city that we're in right now. Now our city has everything that your city would have: a zip code, a fire station we're about to pass on your right hand side, a sheriff. We even have an honorary mayor. You might see him in the park today. His name is Rob, and he's great. We even have 3 Starbucks and a coffee bean, if you don't believe me. Real city. All within a mile of each other. That's how cities work. The only thing that we don't have is a population. As much as Alicia and Eric and I might think that we live here, we don't actually. But what do live here are the characters that we're able to create in the movie studio that we're about to explore. Now, I don't think in Carl Laemmle's wildest dreams that he'd think we'd attach an entire theme park to our movie studio, but hey, look at us now. Now, the studio tour that you're on today is the most recent version of the one that started in 1964, the classic tram. You're on the VIP edition, so we're going to get a little bit of extra look at things. Over here on the left-hand side is the first side of the movie studio. That is a soundstage. For a long, long time, that's where the voice used to film. Right now, it's getting a little bit of a facelift, but it's one of our oldest and largest sound stages. Just to give you an example of the kind of things we can create, here are some environments that are created inside of that building.
Shout out to my little friend!
You might be wondering, oh yeah, look at all those classics: Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Frankenstein, Dracula, Couples Retreat.
I know, I was like,
Couples Retreat, no, great movie, it's fun, it's about time. But we want to show you the scale. We built an entire outdoor pool that was not CGI, that was not visual effects. Our computer-generated imagery, they built that pool inside of that soundstage. Now we film in these soundstages over here on the left-hand side because this is where we're going to get 80 to 90% of filming done for any given project. And that's where we have the most control over our environments. You saw the variety that we were able to create inside of that one building. But we've also worked with lots and lots of television shows. On your right-hand side, these sound systems have been used for lots of television over the years. Shows like Coach, and that was really useful for the first production of film there, which was Hairspray Live back in 2016. Now Hairspray Live.
That made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up with adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hands because you're about to return.
I get it, excited.
Fine if you do have them on. It's not going to come out and be like if we never. That's true. Oh, that's true. Okay, we're fine then. So that area is called Courthouse Square. They're filming Quantum Leap over there right now. Where that tram was an area called Brownstone Street. Just give it different kinds of areas you might find in the city. And this whole street down here, that's New York Street. This glass building right here, that was used for Oscorp Tower in The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. Any of the shots where he's up close on the tower, on Oscorp Tower, they use that to kind of make it safer. Fans, the Lyric Theater, you right see right there with the green marquee. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Does anyone remember when Peter Parker missed MJ's performance and the importance of being earnest?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you remember? You remember that movie. I'm so impressed. That scene, devastating. Devastating. Happened right over there. I can't think about it too long for this thing.
I think I've seen that
It
one.
really upsets me.
Oh, we can watch it.
But like I said, you could decorate these to be
Spider-Man.
any city in the world. They were once London. In Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. What they did, put a bunch of Union Jacks everywhere. Is that actually in London? No. But to the audience, you're going to assume you're in London because you see the British flag. Now, Brownstone Street is one of my favorite examples because you can you instantly recognize it as the area and like New York where it's supposed to be, right? Once I give you a few examples, you're going to recognize it from some of your favorite movies. And our Academy Award-winning picture, The Sting. These are featured. If anyone's seen the Mindy Project with Mindy Kaling, Mindy Lahiri's apartment is this apartment building with the columns right over here. My personal favorite movie. Oh, that's what they're filming right there. Courthouse Square. You might have seen Courthouse Square and Back to the Future. Back to the Future Part 2. It was Hill Valley for both movies. My favorite movie to film here on Brownstone Street, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Oh,
Do you see it?
Yeah.
It's where Macaulay Culkin, who played Kevin McAllister, is doing the bricks down the Sticky Bandit. It was his uncle's apartment
The Sticky
in
Bandits.
New York, and he built the whole obstacle course inside. Now let me tell you, that obstacle course, not inside this building, because this building is not a real building.
And it's
On
in
the
a
other side, we got
soundstage.
Courthouse Square. You don't have a room for an apartment in there. These are all facades. They're the fronts and sides of the buildings. And if it suggests there's something going on the inside, any environment that you want to build on the inside, you're going to build inside of a soundstage. Here is an example from the movie Bruce Almighty.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York.
Here's an example from the movie Bruce Almighty. Jimmy Fallon is always interrupting
And
me.
you saw it land.
That's an example from Blues Brothers.
Place the door.
Here we go.
Inside bad, outside good.
Okay, so that whole part where they were like doing in the shower and Grace the dog, that's an entirely different building. They built that side of a soundstage. And then they went out here to our Brownstone Street and filmed this one.
Outside good. Oh, you're done. B-E-A-U.
Now, something I want you to notice about how they decorated the street, they got the ivy, they put in the trees. Everything they did. It helps to know time period, where you might be, what kind of pieces it's going to be, are cars. Cars, whether they're parked on the street, whether they're being driven in a car chase, whether they're driving to pick somebody up to go to a movie in the movie. They're all picture cars once they appear on screen from over the years. You see that one in the parking lot right down there? Well, that one belongs to somebody who works here. It is not a picture car. But I promise, in a moment, you're going to get the picture cars. The first one we're going to came out in 1972. 5 years before Star Wars, everybody. There it is. Some more examples of picture cars on your screen. Now that one is next to the stunt Ferrari from Magnum PI. Volkswagen engine in that, so it's a little bit quieter for filming. Bumblebee from Transformers making an appearance. Some futuristic cars from the far off year of 2015 and Back to the Future Part 2. Police vehicle from Public Enemies. These cars from the Flintstones. Foot powered in the movie. In real life, also no engine. They had to be dragged by a rope to get the move on screen. One of 17 and a half, Boy Anglia from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. The cars are Fast and Furious, Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. The Fry's electronic van from Jordan Peele's Nope, and Picture Boat, the Crawdaddy from Us. Any vehicle could be a picture car, like this tank. The Bradley Infantry Fighting Vehicle from Transformers. You want to know what that baby's made out of? 100% plywood and PVC pipe. I know, painted to look like Russian American government. On your right hand side, one of our favorite movies, one of my personal favorites, is Jurassic Park. That's one of the original Jeeps. Remember the scene when John Hammond's bringing in Dr. Grant, Dr. Sattler, and they're about to look, you know what? I'll just show you the scene. Here it is on your screen. No one can say it quite like he does. There it is, there's a Jeep in the back.
To Jurassic.
And you know what? How appropriate, because welcome to a little island off the coast of Costa Rica, where we have props, picture cards, and set pieces from the original Jurassic Park trilogy. Your right-hand side, that caged boat from Jurassic Park 3. On your left-hand side, this mobile lab unit was used in The Lost World of Jurassic Park, the second movie in the first trilogy. Also made out of plywood, you can see it splintering on the edges. Now, I believe we have some dinosaurs around here. Oh, there they are! Don't worry, just rub that dino spit in. It's good for the skin. Good for the skin. And those are actually some of the hardest working women in Hollywood, if you remember. In the first Jurassic Park film, all of the dinosaurs were female, making it the largest female cast of any movie. Physically largest. Yeah, there's 2 women in that movie. A lot of the things you see around are graded. These trees, some of those trees are environment is they like to play with the weather. Of course, the minute a dinosaur shows up, it's also going to start raining, right? Make it a lot more intense, a lot more scary for you. That's a process called pathetic fallacy. When the weather matches the mood, it ups the stakes of your story. Now, here in Southern California, if we waited around for rain, it'd be like waiting for Chad Michael Murray at the end of a Cinderella story. Useless and disappointing. So, we have to create our own rain here in the back lot. We have a demonstration for you here. The thunder, that's a sound effect I'm playing. Lightning, strobe lights on top of the side of the building. Now, all of this rain, this is being brought to you by the use of a very high-tech Hollywood device. We call it a sprinkler. Yes, it shoots the water up in the air, allows it to fall back down naturally. As Hillary Duff would say, we're coming clean. Now, all of this water, we are very water conscious here at Universal. So we do recycle this water. We can store it underneath this bridge here. We can store it inside the buildings if we want to. We can store it up at the top of the hill. We can create many large water effects if we like. We even have we have a flash flood, which is being demonstrated right here. Did I mention, just looking at the blue seat, you might get wet.
Ooh, a rainbow.
Some of you really got it. That's one of the oldest effects here on the studio tour. Here it is on your screens in the movie. Big Fat Liar. Now this movie stars Tracy Muniz, Amanda Bynes, Paul Giamatti, and Paul Giamatti's stunt double. Sometimes you gotta use a stunt double to be safe. Lady Gaga, however, put full force of that blood in her Judas music video. No stunt double needed. Now that's part of our old Mexico sets. You might recognize these from movies like Nacho Libre with Jack Black, or The Three Amigos with Martin Short, Chevy Chase, and Steve Martin. These were used as off-road planets in a Star Trek Picard and my favorite TV show, Firefly, starring Nathan Fillion. And if you watch season 1 of HBO's Westworld, this is the town of Pariah. That's a show not for the kids. No. They had to block off what this town was about when we were filming because it was too gruesome. Speaking of Westworld, we got our own version of the Wild Wild West right here. This is 6 points. Everybody say howdy.
Howdy.
Over here on your left-hand side, this is a practical set. So inside those doors is a full saloon. You can also make it to be any kind of set you want it to be, but they actually fully realize the interior, so you can film inside and outside. Meanwhile, the rest of the buildings in 6 points, they're pretty much all facades, fronts and sides of the buildings. Now you might recognize these sets if you've seen. It was a small movie. You might not have heard of it. Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Still not for children.
Yeah, no. Starring up-and-coming actors Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt. You know, they're small time. They'll get
I hope
there.
they make
They'll
it.
get their big
I
break.
hope they make it.
But they used, anytime they were on the Western set, in the set of that movie, they were our sets here at Universal Studios. These were also used in Saving Mr. Banks. It's the Australian Outback. Story about how Mary Poppins became a movie at Walt Disney Studios. And they were used for Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford and a CGI dog. On your left-hand side, we have a water feature we call Park Lake. Not only is it pretty, giving us a little bit of refreshing time here in our movie studio. Also been used for filming. It was once the entire ocean for an episode of McHale's Navy. It was the river, Mr. River, I forgot the name of it. And the musical Showboats, where Paul Robeson sang Old Man River. And it was the Amazon River in Creature from the Black Lagoon, one of our monster movies. Now, believe it or not, this movie came out in 1954. It was a 3D monster movie classic. We are the beginning of the monster movie, or the monster movie studio. We'll talk to you a little bit more about that history a little bit later on in the tour. But I kind of want to introduce you to a more recent monster we've come in contact with. Now, don't worry, We're not going to put you in any danger here on the studio tour besides the dinosaurs that came up. Okay, don't worry about that. We're going to bring you to a nice relaxing day at the beach at Amity Island. You may have heard of Amity Island. There was a shark. Okay, it's the monster I'm talking about. Alicia and I went out earlier. We made sure that the shark's been captured. Okay, look. There he
Where's
is.
Jaws?
Nothing to worry about.
Where is he?
All captured,
there.
all safe to go. There's nothing out the water.
That's not Jaws.
I got a friend of mine, his name is Jimmy. He's out there in the water right now just double checking that there's no other animals in there. And if there are, he's a certified animal trainer. So you can totally...
What's that?
What's that? It's a dolphin, right?
Oh no.
It's a dolphin. It's totally a dolphin, you guys. Nothing to be worried about.
That is
And
not
even if it is a
dolphin.
shark, there's Jimmy. He's got it covered. He just go ahead and he's gonna pet the dolphin, shark, whatever it is. And he's just screaming encouragement. He really bleeds up for these animals and he won't abandon them. No matter how much. Now he's bleeding out. Maybe it wasn't shark. Maybe it wasn't shark. It's okay. We're safe on board the Jolly. We got nothing to worry about. They don't come near the Jollies. In fact, Eric knows what to do. We're gonna go right behind these gasoline barrels and we're gonna be perfectly safe.
Oh
There's
yeah.
nothing for us to worry about here.
Oh, that heat. Ah! Ah, John! Ah! Ginormous. Why are we going backwards?
You know what, guys? My bad. I thought the sharks were going to be afraid of fire. I guess that's not true. I guess that's not true. You know what? I'm a little spooked by all of this, so I'm going to have Alicia take over. She's got it handled. I got to take a break. I can't handle it.
Scared.
It was
It's pretty
terrifying.
good. That's how I usually like it. And if you guys act like you weren't, this is a very small trolley. We saw all y'all, so don't lie to yourselves, okay? It's all right. It's all right. We got scared together, and that's what matters, togetherness. Now, you might be wondering if that is the original shark from Jaws. That is not. That is Brucey Bruce, as we like to call him. You guys might also know another Bruce, because my children, what are fish?
Friends.
Yes,
Fish are
not
friends.
food. That is correct. That's because every shark that is after Jaws is named Bruce because of Jaws. But, of course, Bruce got his name from Steven Spielberg's lawyer, who is a very happy camper because he is still his lawyer. So he is definitely chilling. Now, this shark has worked for us for quite some time. But the shark on the set of Jaws did not work at all, to the point that one of the 3 mechanical sharks they used, just sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. No biggie, you know. So it's just chilling down there with all these little poor fishies. Now, of course, the reason it sunk is because they created it for fresh water and never tested it in salt. So that is why all the mechanics they got all messed up by that lovely little salt. And because of this, it pushed back the movie by 150 days because guess when Jaws was supposed to come out? Christmas time. Because what says Holly Jolly Spirit like a shark attack movie, you know? So instead, it got pushed back to summer, which was fantastic because no one touched the beach that summer. And I got to enjoy a lovely bonfire. And you're like, Alicia, you don't look that old. Well, my friends, black don't crack. Now, as we come up this way, you're going to look to your lovely right-hand side. We know. The lovely chicken ranch that you might recognize because my queen, Dolly Parton, used it as the best little whorehouse for Texas for quite some time, as well as that is one of the original houses from Quantum Leap. And the great thing is, the new continuation show, Quantum Leap, has also been using it. Oh, but my friends, as we come down this way, I welcome you guys to Anywhere USA. I promise. Rhyming. Anyway, it's going to be one of those words, my friends. If you guys see this lilac house, that is the original Munsters house. And if you guys are fans of Never Have I Ever, this is their lovely facade or their house that they use for all 4 seasons of that show. But you guys most likely recognize this lovely area because, well, Wisteria Lane. Take a look.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Now,
I
the
used to
great thing
love
about this show, they
Desperate
used
Housewives.
all of these sets for all of their seasons, all 8 seasons for Desperate Housewives. And the reason it's called Wisteria Lane is pretty simple. The wisteria flowers. Now, If you look closely at some of those episodes, you might see staples in those flowers because wisteria flowers do not naturally grow here in California. So we had to staple them, bring them in. That's the beauty about Colonial Street, as we like to call it. We can do whatever we want with this bad boy. We got so much control, which is fantastic for my control issues. But you can really do anything. If you guys actually look to your right-hand side, you guys see this beautiful little tree house, as we like to call it. And I'm not talking about that one that's in the tree. I'm talking about this physical house. There's literally a tree growing from inside it. So if you walked in, turn the corner, you fall off the cliff. So we try not to make sure to do that. But we can use and do anything. You guys maybe, I don't know, my kids seem like you guys might want a Christmas movie. So let's do that. We can create a whole little Christmas village. Actually, we did it most recently for Candy Cane Lane, which is an Eddie Murphy movie coming out on Amazon Prime December. Yeah, just check Amazon Prime. You'll see it. The new trailer came out. You'll see Colonial Street all over this bad boy. Never watch a movie with a tour guide because we're like, that's Colonial. It's really annoying. We're really bad. We're sorry. But we even did it for the movie Why Him with Bryan Cranston and James Franco, where we landed a helicopter on that bad boy where Kiss came out and rocked out. It's near the end of the movie. But the great thing I love about that street, like I said, we have a lot of control. Now you might be thinking, why can't we just go to an actual street? Well, one, we don't have control. We really have to worry about a lot of different things, like police escorts. Where are we going to hold? What else we can do? But with that being said, thank you, Jessica. I get why. Thank you for this. I get why we switched where we did.
Oh,
she left me my favorite picture
Terminators.
cards because she had her picture cards. These ones are mine. These ones are my favorite. You guys are gonna see that little green card. That's Mr. Bean's car for Mr. Bean's holiday. You'll see Barricaded Decepticon. And you see that classic yellowish car, the Duesenberg. That's from the best movie ever, the 1999 Mummy with the king of the late 90s, early 2000s, Brendan Fraser. Excuse me, apologies. Academy Award winner.
Yes,
Brendan Fraser. And of course, the best cars ever, the Fast and Furious cars. You saw Paul Walker's car, that Nissan Skyline, Tyrese Gibson's car, of course, Furious 7 car when they should have ended the franchise, but they said, hey, no, let's go to 10. And guess what? It was fantastic. Oh my Lanta. It was amazing. Jason Momoa, just watch it for him. He was great. But as we turn the corner fast and
The
furiously,
Bates House.
I present you one of the most famous sets in all of Hollywood, and that is the Bates Motel at Psycho House.
Oh, we have 12 vacancies. 12 cabins, 12 vacancies.
Yes, 12 cabins, 12 vacancies. We're good old Norman Crane had some issues. Now, this is not the original Bates Motel. We've changed it up a few times. As you can see, it's getting a nice little facelift because we're using it for our Halloween Horror Nights events. But we do still use this for filming. There was actually some filming here not that long ago. I think it was last week. So we are able to really change it and maneuver it. But these are shells. So I know in Metro we saw a lot of facades. But these are what we like to call shells, which are just facades but with 4 walls. But as we kind of go up this Psycho path, we're going to go see good old Normie Norm's house. Now this is the original Bates, or excuse me, not Bates, Norman, can I talk? Psycho house. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Psycho's precinct. It's going to be on your left-hand side. And if you guys look to the second floor window, you might see good old Mummy rocking back and forth, relaxing, you know, looking very super youthful, you know? Really, really youthful. Now this is, like I said, a shell, but this is the original house. So if you walked inside it, you're just going to see a lot of wood planks and all that fun stuff. It would make it really hard to be livable quickly. You couldn't put pieces of furniture and be all a whole new set. It would take a while. But as we kind of turn, you're also going to start to see one of our most elaborate sets in all of Hollywood, and that is our War of the Worlds sets. Now take a look at your screens. You can kind of get a glimpse of what this is used for.
Good movie. I liked it.
The airplane crash site set.
Now this set was only about 4 minutes in the movie. That's all they used it for. It took about a few weeks to build and of course a few weeks to film. But here's the question. You guys have been seeing a lot of fake things today. So, is that plane to your left-hand side real or no? I hear real. I hear one said no. That is a very real plane, my lovelies. Now this plane is a 747 Boeing that we got for only 60 grand in a lovely airplane graveyard in the Mojave Desert. Y'all can buy a plane. Now, it was technically like 200 grand to like get it here, but hey, little detail. That's all it is, little detail. Now you guys would not know that this is a Boeing unless I told you. But you can also kind of see there's a little ashed out section on that section of that plane. That's where that Boeing logo is. We usually will do this all the time because, well, Boeing does not want to be associated with a plane crash. Doesn't really look great for stockholders. So we have to change it up. We do this very often when, of course, there's like Manifest or Lost, which did not use this set for their lovely shows. we have to, of course, create fake logos, or if they're kind of feeling funky in the moment, they'll use Spirit. It really just depends on how they feel. And as we come down this way, we're also going to another alien crash site. But you know what? Why am I even talking? The man himself can tell you a little bit more. Hey Jordan, can you help me out?
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the Winking Well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sheriff. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Well, I do. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso Experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Oh, it's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this hot fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? You're about to find out. Welcome to the world of no.
Alright, my friends, by a show of hands, who saw Nope? A few of y'all. Okay. I'm going to help y'all out who are trying to figure out what's going on. If you looked around, you're like, ooh, what's happening? Congratulations, you lovelies survived the movie. If you looked up, sorry, the aliens took you. There's nothing I can do for you. Not my fault. That's yours. You should have got curious. That's what happens. Curiosity kills the cat. Anywho, now when it comes to Nope, this is the actual set from Nope. It was reconstructed from Santa Clarita when they finished filming. And the great thing is, Jordan Peele really wanted to work with us here at Universal, and we actually had a scout come out to try and convince him to go on the tour. He recognized the scout, was like, hey, I have an idea for the studio tour. We're like, oh my gosh, great. We were like, yes, we didn't have to do any work, it's fantastic. Oh, I'm so sorry, my friends. I didn't even realize. This place is great. Have no stress, no worries. This place is kind of like Olive Garden. They're gonna treat us like family in here, so just relax for a quick second. I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of anyone on. Is anybody here? Oh,
It's Roman Pierce.
it's just Roman. I'm sorry, he ain't gonna help us. The talk way out.
Adams asked us to stash you Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you. But to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
Alright, apparently someone is going on, so if you guys want to dance, you want to shimmy, you want to shake, go ahead. Just do it in your seat, please, and thank you. Oh my Lancer, guys, it's just a taxi before you, dancing in a straight line, that's how they do it. Oh, well that's, well, sir. Oh, sir. Okay, just ignore us. Rude. Don't they know we're VIPs? What are we saying here?
I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss. That an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back. It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try and remove that vehicle.
Please.
It's about to get real.
Manners, children, will get you farther in life. Just saying here.
Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
All right, my lovelies. For one last time, the people will hear from me. To put on your 3D glasses, we're going into a safe location now. You only need this one more time, and if you are my witness, who may or may not be wearing, I don't know, a Hufflepuff t-shirt, just hang out, relax. Don't try to figure out who it is. Just, remember that. Just ignore the bullets. I know these got scary, but come on.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After him!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Cover the lock. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Lenny, hook him up. Now we're moving.
You give me the witness to it or we call it a day! The witness is mine, Lenny!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Call it the balls!
Way to go, Lenny. Don't go in the missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Hit the nitrous.
We're not gonna make it!
Ride or die.
Well done, my lovelies. Here's a quick word from our sponsors.
Now my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it. They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is.
Now the cool thing about this street is not the original Elm Street that you guys might know, Nightmare on Elm. The only scary thing filmed there was Garfield. But this was also home to American Ferrera in Superstore. Her home was over there. And if you guys are fans of a classic movie called... Just left my brain. Thank you. Little Mockingbird. I was going to say Mockingjay. That's not it. Mockingbird. Yeah, that's why I was in there. Mockingbird was right over there. But... if you guys remember, besides Jaws, Jaws did not film anywhere there. But if I have any true crime fans that love Jaws, you guys might have heard of a little true crime story called Lady of the Dunes. That's a fun one that's related to Jaws in a way. But a little lovely little lady also filmed there. Take a look at your screens. All 12 seasons of Murder, She Wrote. Gotta love Lady Angela Lansbury. There she is hanging out. And if you guys are fans of Key and Peele like I am, you guys might have remembered the Megan sketch where she's rowing away in a boat. Just Jaws Lake. Just, you know, rowing her way out. Love that one. Now, we are going to your first official visit, and you're going to start to see some things that we have not seen just yet because, like I said, you're VIPs. We give you guys a little bit of extraness. So we are going to be walking a few places. We're going to show you guys a few things. But your first stop is going to be our props house. Now, our props department is very cool. It holds over 200,000 props that are barcoded. That's how we kind of keep track of a few things. As well as 100,000 props that are not. An example would be like a jewelry box. That itself is going to be barcoded, but the jewels inside are not going to be. You kind of understand what's happening in there. Now, with this department, you aren't necessarily going to see like a lightsaber, just because that is such a specific prop only to Star Wars. They have to have their own. So you're going to see pretty much a giant TJ Maxx or IKEA style building right now. So you got to go mental shopping, or as we like to say, window shopping. Because you are not able to touch anything. You're not able to purchase anything. You also are not able to take any photos or videos of it. Hill was used in that scene where everyone's standing up saying, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. No, I am Spartacus. Next time you guys watch that specific clip, or just that movie in general, look very closely at those ancient Roman warriors. ancient, I say, because some of
You should have grabbed the thing on if you want to hold it. It's got, we have a little.
No, I'm good.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes for ice cream.
Mashed potatoes. Caribbean Crystal
Top 5 favorite movie.
Do you remember the first movie when Jack Sparrow's like running away? He just saved Elizabeth Swann's life.
Yeah, I do remember
So
that.
he gets punished.
Yeah.
So he's handcuffed, he's like running away, and he runs. He was like down his alley.
weapons that weigh between 50 to 60 pounds of actual steel. This usually does not happen, especially in the US with our unions. Other countries, however, can use realistic weapons just because that is how their unions work, so ours is a little different. Now for them, they usually would be given them, they could show it on camera, get a little glimpse, and then they would switch it out to something lighter. However, they definitely underestimated these gentlemen's strength because I know Jessica mentioned, I always love that fact that she tells about Mary Shelley being only 19, which is insane. If you guys watch the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that Lego sequence that they filmed, a 13-year-old did it. You can literally be any age, it does not matter at all. So children, you can literally do something now and do something amazing. You never know. So never stop your imagination. Please never stop it. You will always need it. But when it comes to Frankenstein, originally, of course, Bela Lugosi was supposed to play Frankenstein. However, he was a very well-known vaudeville makeup artist. He tried to give the makeup a try. At him, it wasn't scary. So he said, you know what? I don't need this. I'm the biggest movie star in the world. Get some other guy to do it. And they did. They got a random extra on set named Boris Karloff to do Frankenstein because he had no lines, and it was like, okay, why not? And then the rest was history. But the great thing is, when it came to, of course, all of our monsters, we had to figure out new ways to create and advertise for them because no one really understood what a monster was. In a way, Dracula is like the first Twilight because we had to advertise it as a dark romance. So the only difference was it wasn't the skin of a killer, Bella. That was the only difference. And by the way, Twilight came out 15 years ago. Yesterday. That hurt my soul a little bit. That hurt a lot. Actually, that hurt a lot. It really hurt. Ugh, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. What's not going to hurt is that beautiful view to your right-hand side, the beautiful San Fernando Valley. Isn't she pretty? You can see Warner Brothers all over there. You guys see that kind of cheese grater-like building in the back? That is ABC Studio. Disney Animation's over there as well. If you have really good eyesight, you might see a blue building with yellow writing on it. The world's largest IKEA. Exciting, I know. Now when it comes to, of course, Disney, they have Disney Animation. The Seven Dwarfs are holding up their animation sign because they're the first ones to be represented in animation, so they always pay respects to the originals. Now, if you want to get an idea of what Boris Karloff sounds like, if you guys have ever watched The Grinch, the animated series, he's the narrator.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the original animator. So please, go take a listen. That's your guest. You have a lot of homework. You have Marvel films to watch. You have, of course, Christmas films to watch. The Grinch is back out and around. He'll be coming back out for Grinchmas starting right after Thanksgiving tomorrow. So definitely come back and watch us. Oh, love it. Actually, here's a little clip of Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi chilling and relaxing. They actually had to put ambulances outside of a lot of the movie theaters because people were passing out from fear. But that was actually a fantastic marketing technique because it's like, well, how scary can it be that you're passing out? Come on, it can't be that bad. And well, that's how people got to the movies. So it was fantastic. There's Boris Karloff looking really happy for you. Well, we're so happy. Another fun fact when it came to good old Frankenstein. Do you guys wonder why he walks the way he does? Any guesses when it comes to that?
Stilts.
Stilts. So that's actually a new one. Some people said it's because he's like different men and his muscles are stiff. No, it's because he's blind. You actually don't see it in the movie because they cut that scene to show the audience that he's blind, but that's why he's walking like this, because he's trying to find where he's walking. Trying to help him out. And people are just running away from him. Rude. You know. Now again, I said Frankenstein was really, really scary to a lot of people. You guys see on your screens, this is very real. Carl Lemley, or Uncle Carl as we always said we call him, told him, you guys are scaring the women. You got to put a bag over your head. And that is literally him with a burlap sack over his head going to and from set because he was that scary to people. But my friends, with that being said and done, I think it's time. I don't know. Okay, fine, but I guess a buffet is a good snack. So, we're going to get you guys to your lunch. Ooh.